President Muhammadu Buhari reveals total amount in COVID-19 donation accounts. As the Presidential Task Force of COVID-19 continues to roll out measures on how to contain the spread of the pandemic in the country and manage its health and economic implications, President Muhammadu Buhari has commended public-spirited Nigerians and organizations for their financial and material support. President Muhammadu Buhari also revealed the total amount in the 5 bank accounts designated for the COVID-19 contribution. In a statement signed by his spokesman, Garba Shehu, and made available to Daily Post on Friday, Buhari cited that the provision of the isolation, treatment and laboratory centers facilities by individuals and the companies such as Alhaji Aliko Dangote, Alhaji Abdul Salam Rubia, Guarantee Trust Bank, and This Day newspaper, and partners among others in several states and federal capital territory. The president called on other privileged Nigerians and bodies to emulate this laudable gesture. According to the president, we are facing a national challenge and all hands must be on decks to navigate these difficult courses. In this respect, all types of assistance are welcome, big or small. The spirit behind the contributions is salutary. Recalled and records obtained that from the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation about lodgement for 111 individuals and organizations into the FGN COVID-19 eradication support account in the 5 designated banks between April 1st to April 30th, 2020, indicated that the total sum of 697 million naira is in the account of this COVID-19 pandemic contributions. 108 naira only. What is there in the account is 597 billion naira, 538,000 only in the account. The above consists small payments of 5 naira, 10 naira, and 14 naira, 20 naira by individuals to urge to huge deposit of 200 million to Dantala Property Development, 100 million by Ocean Trusts, 25 million by NSITF, 20 million by Ebele and Anyichuku Foundation, 15 million by Nizamiya Hospital, Abuja, and 10 million each by Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowshipping and Association of Buria, The Change, respectively, among others. Thank you, viewers, for listening to this news. Wow. Are you sure that this amount that is being called out is the exact amount that these people contributed? Are we sure that this is the exact amount in the accounts? If this is what we have in the account, then why will Buhari still want to borrow money from China to build our healthcare center? Why can't this money be used for this? That means that if we have this such amount in the COVID-19 account, contributions that people contributed for this COVID-19, then that means what we have in Nigerian accounts will be more than this. Then why can't this money be used for the purpose of what they want to borrow this money from China? Buhari does not know that China are looking for a way to take over Nigerians from them. So the more they keep borrowing this money, and they won't be able to pay back, before you know it, China will now take over, will now give them conditions that if they don't want the money, to be paid. They don't have the money to pay them. Nigeria should be given to them. Before you know it, China will take over. That has been their plan. That was why they brought COVID-19 virus, and God has exposed them. God knows their plans, and they know that God has exposed them. They now change strategy, and by introducing network, 5G network. But with the help of God, and the help of God, it's not for the help of God, God's intervention that made senators, governors in this state to realize that this 5G network was nothing but to destroy Nigeria. When 4G network came, when 3G network came, 2G, 1G, nobody said anything about it. Nobody complained. No senator, no governors complained. But why is it that when this 5G came out, people started saying it? It's not for God's intervention. God doesn't want his children to perish. That is why God has made us, God has revealed all these evil plans of Chinese. God will bless them, but helping the government in terms of feeding by poor and needy. Are you sure this money is going to be given to the poor? Or this money is not entering their pockets? Look at it, the beginning of this lockdown. They promised that 20,000 will be sent to each individual's account for those that will be staying at home, for the poor ones, for the poor masses, but nothing was done. Instead, these people starved to death. It wasn't COVID-19 that killed them, but hunger virus that killed them. With all the promises they made concerning this lockdown, the arrangement and everything, nothing was made. The second one came as well. They gave another 2 weeks lockdown. Nothing was made as well. They now gave another 1 week. Still the same thing. That is why the Nigerians now came out and say they will protest if they continue this lockdown, if they don't put a stop to this lockdown. That's why, because of the protest, because of the threats Nigerians gave to the government, that was what made them to relax this lockdown. And I'm very much sure that some governors are not happy about it. Some state governors are not happy about it because of the donation billionaires are rendering because of this COVID-19 virus. They are rendering donations, huge amount of money for those that have this infection to be treated and to be fed. But this government, when they send money, they share this money into two. The half will be theirs, and the remaining half they will share it among the officials. Then the remaining ones they give it. They will now use the remaining ones to treat the patients, which is not going to be enough for them to be treated. That is why we see the poor masses that they are supposed to give food to, that they are supposed to provide means of survival to. You see them complaining and dying of hunger, complaining about this lockdown. If provisions is made, I'm very much sure that these people, these poor masses, would definitely not have cause to complain about lockdown. That is the whole truth. So I'm so much happy for all this that is going on, that Buhari came out to say the truth about the donations and those that donated and the money remaining in the accounts. But I wish that this money will be used for the purpose of why it is being given by this government. The government should please do that is needful. Do that which is needful. Help the poor masses. They are suffering. They are starving. And they should look for solution to this COVID-19 pandemic, rampaging the whole community. And also, they should put a stop to Amajiris. The Northerners, they should stay in their own states. They should stop gallivanting people's states. They should leave those Amajiris there in the state. Let them stay there. Let them take care of them. Let them provide food and amenities for those children. Let them stop sending those children away from one state to another. Let them put a stop to it. Let Buhari put a stop to it, because that place is where it came from. It came from the north. if really it does not have hidden agenda, or they don't have hidden agenda in the states, then they should stop this act of chasing or taking these armadillos to each state. A lot of states have rejected them, but they still transfer them. They still keep taking these people around, these children around, until they find a domain. And God will not allow them to succeed. If they have an evil agenda to infect the southeast, then God will not allow them to succeed. So viewers, what is your own take on this news? Your contributions, your comments is very needed. Drop them below the comment box. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button to receive updates whenever I publish new videos. And don't forget, share and like this news as well. Thank you.